Welcome back, everybody. The Thabo Mbeki Foundation, together with Neema Holdings, will be hosting the Abdullah Ibrahim and his New York City-based Ekayas to stage two benefit or fundraising concerts set to take place in Johannesburg and Cape Town. World-renowned and multiple award-winning pianist Abdullah Ibrahim will be donating the proceeds towards the construction of the Thabo Mbeki Presidential Library, which aims to be an African center of excellence in learning, in research and discourse for the transformation of Africa. But to tell us more, we joined in studio by Max Boqwana, the CEO of the Thabo Mbeki Foundation, and Phiwe Maphanga, the director of Neema Holdings. A very good morning to you two gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome.
Good morning, Phiwe. Thank you very much for having us.
Mr. Boqwana, I'm going to start with you. We certainly cannot start over-emphasizing the importance that this library will have towards, advocating or extending Mr. Thabo Mbeki's lifelong yearning for, the advancement of education and the democratization of education, as it were.
Indeed, Phiwe, I think this is very important. President Mbeki has spent quite a lot of his time as an intellectual inquirer, as a statesman and as a leader. And I think it's important that his experience in all of those aspects are shared with the rest of the Africans. Yeah. And this library becomes the center that reflects his time before being a president of South Africa and his time during the construction and the building of South African project, and the current time where he is still busy with the work of conflict resolution and peace building in the rest of the African continent.
Now, take us into greater detail, if you can, how this particular project will advance his love for, for education, for research, and of course, the aim of reclaiming Africa's dignity.
The first thing, Phiwe, that has happened is that there is a collection of material, being written material, being artifacts, being the gifts and all manner of material that has been given to President Mbeki and Mrs. Mbeki over a period of more than 50 years. Mm-hmm. And all of that material has been collected, which will form the basis of the content of this library. Right. But alongside this material is the material that relates to the other leading lights in the continent, like if you think of Kwame Nkrumah, if you think of Julius Nyerere, if you think of the works of the OAU, and all of that material will be provided and will be located in the library.
Okay. Now, Phiwe, let's talk about the contribution of Neema Holdings. How do they come into the picture?
Look, I suppose when we offered our services to the Thabo Mbeki Foundation, the rationale really was we need to come together and help bring this idea and this beautiful concept to life. Yeah. As the youth, and particularly as African youth, the CEO then said to us, look, this is a beautiful idea for the youth to come together and see how this can come into fruition. This development, or rather this project, will represent really for us a space for African expression, by us, for us. So what we do there is mobilizing the youth, fundraising, and curation of particular experience and events, but not limited to just events. We're gonna go into a series of fundraising programs to help mobilize funds for this initiative.
Yeah. I was just about to ask you what kind of fundraising mechanisms, apart from this particular concert, that you'll be embarking on, to see this stream through.
Look, first and foremost, and perhaps most importantly, we have right now the Abdullah Ibrahim and the Thabo Mbeki benefit concert, which is the first of its kind, really, that we've embarked on. We did the Thabo Mbeki Presidential Library launch in Cape Town. We did the official launch of the TMPL through the TM77 birthday, Babu Thabo Mbeki, and so there'll be a series of these events. We're working on a project called the Africa Diaspora Festival as well, that's coming next year sometime, and so I can't say much about what we'll be putting and working on, but there'll be a series of events that are going to take place, from now moving on into the year.
But in reality, the first contributor to this project is President Mbeki himself and Mrs. Mbeki in terms of all of their material to the project. We have received other contributions from the places like the United Kingdom relating to the works of President Nkrumah. We are negotiating to receive the works of the OAU from the former General Secretary, Salim Ahmed Salim. But secondly, the other biggest contributor is the Thabo Mbeki Foundation itself, in terms of organizing the land and other material where the library is going to be built. But in the end, we've got a long-term partnership with the University of South Africa, UNISA, which after the construction of the library, UNISA will be responsible for the operationalization of the library. But where Phiwe and the rest come, we took a conscious decision that can this be something that is thought by the Africans and that is built by the Africans themselves, so that we can reclaim the principle of self-reliance. We just don't want one big Chinese company just to donate this thing to us. But I think it's important that in this process of Africa's renaissance, we say we're going to be the active participants, practically and theoretically, in terms of making the reality of our dreams.
Now, taking into cognizance the fact that there's a wide range of beneficiaries, or those who will be, benefiting from this particular project. I'm talking about scholars, political thought leaders, political actors, NGOs, and several organizations on the African continent. They will benefit from this project. So, how are you aiming to galvanize support from all sectors insofar as making sure that everybody is a part of this building process, or of this fit-for-purpose facility?
Exactly. When we started conceptualizing the idea, we met in September 2014. And in that meeting, it was really organized around the African intellectuals, at home and abroad, where we put together the thought leaders like Kwesipra, Professor Falola, and many other cultural activists like poet laureates, Monkhane Serote, and other people, to look at this idea. And really they were inspired by the very idea, and have put quite a lot of thinking behind it.
Okay. We don't have much time, unfortunately. Phiwe, just take us through how we get hold of the tickets for the fundraising concert.
So the Abdullah and Thabo Mbeki benefit concert, the tickets are available at Web Tickets and, of course, Pick and Pay. So online, you just go on Web Tickets and you'll find them there. Alternatively, visit any Pick and Pay. The venues is Lyric Theatre here in Johannesburg and Cape Town. So on the 27th, Lyric Theatre, 29th of this month is Cape Town.
All right. Gentlemen, it's your best call.
Thank you for the support.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
All right. Sure. That was Max Boqwana and Phiwe Maphanga talking to us about the benefit concert with Abdullah Ibrahim, which is set to raise funds for the construction of the Thabo Mbeki Presidential Library. You can share your views and your thoughts via our various social media platforms. We are on Twitter, Facebook, and we have a WhatsApp line. And the number is 081 732 8421. But for now, it is 7 minutes before 7. Let's take a quick break.